Hi guys, I'm Dimension Jump, and today I'll be reviewing The Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes, which was released for the 3DS, made by Nintendo and released on the 22nd of October 2015. Now this game is a sort of continuation of from A Link to the Between Worlds, and it's a decent game. So basically, it's canon. So basically, when I first saw this game, I thought must be some kind of spin-offy type game, but then I found out there was actually canon and it's actually part of the Zelda timeline. So this game takes place in the Fallen Hero timeline and takes place after, as I said before, A Link Between Worlds. So the story is that this princess from a kingdom called Hytopia, yes, there's an actual kingdom, has been cursed by this witch from the Drablands or something, and now the entire kingdom of Hytopia has been cursed or as well or something, and it's up to Link to basically defeat the witch and save all of Hytopia. But there's one big difference. Link can also have now Link can now can have up to 2 other allies, both of which are basically doppelganger links, which basically can be controlled by Link, well, by yourself or 2 other people. So it's up to you to save the whole of Hytopia. And the main concept of this game is basically fashion. Fashion is used a lot in this game because not only can you use your traditional Hyrule tunic and stuff like that, but you can also use various other clothes you can wear that can help you get various abilities. So for example, there's a Goron tunic which makes you immune to fire. You've got a tunic where you can have multiple arrows shot at once. You can have a bomb outfit which can make larger explosions, that sort of thing. And yeah, that's really kind of a nice way to go into the game, because if there's like an item you might see, because basically this game takes inspiration from other Zelda games before this one. So you've got inspiration from The Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks and A Link Between Worlds and Legend of Zelda Four Swords and Four Swords Adventures, because they take aspects from them. So from Spirit Tracks you can basically go between one link to the other. For Swords you can basically get multiple links, and Link Between Worlds because this game has the same graphics as that game. So yeah, you can either go in the game multiplayer or single player mode, but this game was kind of required to play in multiplayer mode. But you can still play in single player modes just for for fun. But it will be more difficult if you go in by yourself. And yeah, and now it's time for some gameplay. So this is basically the main hub world of the game. So you've got basically different areas. So you've got this section, which is I think the chess one. Yeah, chess. So that's basically a luck-based room. So basically you can I think different oh yeah. So here we go. So you can get different materials to get for your different costumes. So if you go in this one, I think. Oh, okay. So I think we've done this part. Anyway, so you got pictures. I think you could post to the Miiverse when the Miiverse was actually a thing and didn't die out or something. But this is the main area that you might want to go to in Hytopia, which is basically the costume area. So if you talk to this lady here, you can order some of the stuff you can get. So you got all of the different costumes, and a lot of them are references to from characters to other games. So you got Linebacker uniform, you've got Tingle's costume, you've got a sort of 8-bitish Link costume, and if you look here, yeah, they are. You can only collect the specific costumes by getting a specific amount of like materials and a certain amount of rupees. So, so you will have to come across that with with the games, well, with the things you have to do. And I think you can also change your costumes in here. So, and not only do you can choose whatever ones you want. So you've got these costumes. These are the ones I've already have, but they also tell you here about the different the different abilities. So for example, this one is just a normal one, the hero's tunic. The Kokiri clothes just give you extra arrows. This one makes massive explosions. Basically go through the water like a Sora, go through the lava like a Goron, that sort of thing. So yeah, they all have different abilities and different abilities, different designs, that sort of thing. And I like it how this happens. Like every time you choose a costume, it'll do a little cutscene, and I think that's quite nice. And they tell you about how you look cool in every single costume that you find. And also you can, if you press the L button on your 3DS, you can use the Pegasus boots to go fast. Now when you enter the main castle, you'll see two doorways. The main one being the going into multiplayer. The smaller one being single player. Now, if you want, you can go into single player, and you can see these two statues. And the only way you can activate them is if you want to set off to the Drablands, and they're called Dopals, the Link statues. And what's cool about the Dopals in single player mode is that you can go into the different ones. So if I want to go to the blue one, I'll just click the blue link. If I want to go to the green link, I'll go and do that. If I want to go to the red link, I'll do that. Yeah, and then the other two will stay in place. Ooh, and there. Now, there are a variety of areas, there's 8 in total, with the 9th one I think there's time trials, I'm not too sure. I think it's time trials, but can't exactly remember. So you can choose out of all of these sections. So you've got so you've got a fortress area, you've got a volcano area, woodlands, riverside, ice cavern, that sort of thing. And if you choose one of them, you can choose out of the things what to do, and you can also see what materials you can collect and what items you can get in the thing. So I'll see you in the area. I also forgot to mention that before you go into the different areas, you can choose different costumes. So, and you can choose any which one to that you think are suitable for the different levels. So for example, the bomb costume is kind of the most suitable one, because the bomb item is the one. It's basically one of the items you can go in here. It will basically used in the level. So the bomb costume is kind of most basically suitable for this level. So kind of in Four Swords and Four Swords Adventures, you'll see different items lined up, and you can choose any one of them, and you can basically use different items to basically go through different levels. And you can use them with the Y button, and they can tell you how to use the different items and stuff. So basically all you need to do is basically get through the game, or get through each level, by using all the different items that you have at your disposal. So, for example, if you're going in single player, you will have to change via your doppelgangers quite often, because you're playing this by yourself if you're in single player mode, and it will be quite tiresome to basically change each character around. But it is a lot simpler in multiplayer form, because you'll have like different people doing different things and helping each other out. So I think that's quite cool, like how each player, oh no, so I think that's quite cool on how each character can or each player can help each other out. And besides from the items, you can use your sword. So you go to the standard slash attack, and you've got your spin attack, and it will tell you how you're doing. So for example, if a player gets a certain amount of rupees, it will show on screen, and if they die or they fall off the edge, it will show up on screen that somebody fell. And you can also oh no, okay, so and be careful of your magic, because it does run out quite quickly. So nope, okay. It will take some trial and error to do a lot of the puzzles. So if I'm getting this right, I think you need to turn the time. No, okay, I was close though. You will have to make sure to get there. Okay, so that doesn't look like the answer. So, oh, I think I've got the idea. So if I have blue throw green and red throw blue, green up there, red here, and oh no, that doesn't work. But you get the point. You basically use different elements to go and get through the game. And also, if you completely run out of hearts, you can get resurrected by the fairy, but you're going to get 3 of them. So be sure to use your items and resources quite well, because there is only a limited amount. So yeah, that's been the gameplay for the game. Now it's time to go back to the review. So the levels you can go in the game are basically different traditional Zelda type levels, even though in the games you go to different areas. So the areas you can go in the game are like your woodland type areas, your ice type areas, your fire type areas, your water type areas, that sort of thing. And I think it's quite cool because each area has a different amount of levels. Like I think there's 4 or 5 levels each, all with 4 different I think it's like rooms or something, kind of like how the Child of the Storm DLC in Breath of the Wild kind of have different floors. And I think it's really cool because you can find all of these items that can help you on your journey. So you can use stuff like the hook shot, the bombs, bow and arrow, that sort of thing, and you can use them to basically complete each dungeon room one by one. But if you're playing in multiplayer mode, you will have to make sure that you look after your other friends or people you meet online, because your hearts are shared. So basically, each time one of the players dies, that will take off a heart of your overall HP. So you might be careful of how you play through each level. And for my final verdict of the game, I think it's a decent game. It's probably one of the weirder Zelda games to come out in the series, and it's quite enjoyable. I do enjoy the moments, like how in the online mode you can basically do these different you can see these little chanty things, or it's kind of hard to explain because each one has a different thing. So you can do totem times, which is basically helps you get to higher areas. You can say over here to certain players if they're going in the wrong direction, that sort of thing. And yeah, they're kind of I think they're kind of like emotes, sort of ish. I think I'm not 100% sure, but yeah. So I think this is a very decent game. It's not too bad. Yeah, and yeah, it's really one of the weirdest Zelda games out there. So yeah, so that's been my review for the Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes. I hope you enjoyed that video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.